Hey, love. Okay. Oh, I heard, yeah, the Delphonics. Turn your head round, look what you found. You're in love. Wake up, wake up. Okay. Let's see what's going on in the message. There's a message that's ready to come through for you. First, I want to know, who are you? Who are you? Okay. Who are you and who are they? So give me 2 zodiac signs, please and thank you. Start me off with 2 zodiac signs. Who are you is the first card, and the second card is who are they. So let's see. We're going to cut them. Put them back together and pull from the top. Bottom of the deck. The world. Well, that's fantastic. I heard that's fantastic. That's absolutely freaking wonderful. That's freaking amazing. That's what I heard. Okay. I don't know who talk like that, but who are you? You're the Fool. You are ready to go. Ophiuchus for somebody here. Let me see the other side of the table. Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be anybody. Okay? You could be anybody. But over here, you got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. She is the mother of all the queens, really, because she's like that I'm every woman type of vibe, in the sense of she makes everything happen on the physical level. So, make sure there's food on the table, make sure the bills are paid, make sure the kids are fed, making sure their hair is done too, making sure that they're taken care of when they get their bumps and their bruises and all their boo-boos. But she's also could be a gardener, she would make her own clothes. I heard making her own clothes. She's a very creative type, and she don't just create in her head or in her feelings. She takes creations there too. She could, I don't know, we're not talking about that right here. We're talking about her creating on the physical level, taking what she have and making better, making more, and reproducing from it. Okay, let me see. So I heard a spread we were going to do today, and it was two positions, and I just seen me kind of layering them, is what you see and what it is. Okay. So the bottom of the deck, there's a successful completion here. Now, for some of you, this on the other side of the table, I'm going to talk about it like it's a person, like it's a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. However, she also represents the work of self-development, where you're looking at yourself and you're getting in tune with how things respond to you and your own energy. And then you take an accountability for that in your physical realm. She also talks about that. So for some of you, you're going to find that as I talk about this other side of the table, this is what you've been looking for. This is what you've been reaching for, or this is some aspect of you in however way that plays out in your experience. So I want to get going with the Kipper deck. I have that here at the studio, nailfads studio. I'm not booked right now, but I felt a strong pull to come here and hang out. So I had some time with the children while my daughter did her session, and then I had some time alone, and now I have some time with you. So yay, I love the way things play out. So what you see and what it is. Okay, what you see and what it is. All right, so I just saw me taking this deck and dealing it out, that side, this side, back and forth until all the cards are gone, and then seeing what the message says. That's what I saw. So that's exactly what we're going to do. This should be fun. Okay. I do have a lot of decks here with me that I brought. But let's just see what you see and what it is. Okay. So let's see. Okay. And the middle stack is not going to play at all. We're just going to use the left stack and the right stack, because we don't need all the cards. I heard we don't need all the cards. So we're just going to do like that, 3 piles till the deck is done. The middle stack we remove is not part of this story. The stack on the left is what you see, and the stack on the right is what it is. Okay. Oh, okay, thank you. So I heard what you see as letting go and starting over again and starting fresh is simply an act of self-care and self-love and loyalty to the one ride or die that's always been with you, always been by your side, and always will be until the day you leave this flesh. Okay, that's what I heard. So what you see, let's see. What do you see here? What do you see? You see imprisonment. Okay, but that's the first card out. We have imprisonment, the family room. We have community. Okay, we have distant horizons. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We have thoughts. Okay, we have despair. Despair. Oh, despair like the spare tire. I heard despair like the spare tire. So something about a spare tire. What's that? I don't know. Oh, somebody said that's where I got mine. Okay, somebody got their spare tire from despair. Um, I feel like I need to separate these. I should have counted how many cards there were. All right, let's see. Keep going. Let's see. Oh, okay. So there's 6 down, and I have 7 more in my hand. We have the thief. We have poverty. Yeah, this is exactly the occupation. Okay. We have yeah, see, sudden wealth. Look, if motherfucker trying to fly over there, the sudden wealth card. We gonna go get it. Oh, message. We gonna go get it. Yeah, we gonna go get it. Plus, the Starman Tarot kind of took a dive that way too. But look, we picked up the sudden wealth, baby. Did you pick up your sudden wealth? Because it looked like we picked up the sudden wealth. That's what I saw. What I see, okay, you saw you picked up the sudden wealth. That's what I see. Okay. The what you see, okay, the message, message, the official person. It's not just a message, it's an official. The message is that it's official. Boom, change. I love this. Oh, I love this. Things have got to change. Things are in the process of change. You can see that. You've already leveled up. One of the things you know is as you act officially, there's this other side of the table energy, and you're aware that it had a big role to play in your experience. This is what you see. You see that this low vibrational thief energy. There could have literally been incarcerations, people in prison, people who were stealing shit. There could have been somebody here who had been trafficked as a child, somebody involved in child trafficking, somebody who basically corrupted the mind of a young one with some illegal shit, like taught them how to be a great scam artist or thief or something like that as a little kid, right? I see that energy here. Somebody who was surrounded by people who was working in the sex industry, okay, in whatever words you want to use for that, and whatever form or fashion, okay, that also as well as coming out. In the past, you saw this. And you also saw something about imprisonment. Whether this was literal, physical, somebody was in the pen, okay. I'm not talking about the county jail. I'm not talking about the drunk tank for a weekend, unless it was every fucking weekend. And chances are that is somebody here. That's your story exactly. But no, this really feels like more imprisonment. And then is it really what you saw was like, this person is never going to change? It's like you saw somebody who never going to change. Okay. So for some, that actually led them to a situation where they were incarcerated, imprisoned, in a physical prison. Yeah. For others, this was a symbolic prison, a prison symbolic of like a situation where somebody like they couldn't do nothing, and what you saw was it was because of the way they behaved. Like they did some karmically imbalanced BS, out here playing, making up a whole mess in folks' life where it didn't need to be. Okay, but the thing is, this came from necessity. This came from it's like I heard band of brothers. I just heard band of brothers. It was like you got together with other folks that had necessity and you all worked together. Okay, but somebody taught you this, and that person stayed that way. I heard that person stayed that way until they died. This is what you see. But you also see like there's other people who don't live that way. You also saw this. This is all in your past. You also saw this, that yeah, you had these realizations. years ago, I hear. But you also saw people who worked, and how because they worked, they had something to contribute. Okay, they acted differently. They behaved differently. They came together. They supported one another. There was actual love there and reciprocation and care and people stepping up because they saw a need and they could feel a need and they wanted to fill the need and they knew that they should. Okay, listen, I see that you decided that that was a path you wanted to take. You decided that was a path you wanted to take. What's interesting is I just heard this, like spiritually, you've been approved in order to handle this function of what? Being the official person over this sudden wealth. You're going to find out that you are official person over this sudden wealth. This sudden wealth could be the finances that run through this planet, okay? The energy of finances. The currency could be finances. The currency could be connections, who you know, what you're able to have access to, where you're able to go, what you're able to talk about, the rooms you're able to sit in, okay? This currency could be spiritual currency, where it's like the whole spirit world is just so responsive to you because you freed your mind from a whole lot of self-limiting beliefs and thoughts that kept you stuck in the same place. It was junk you learned from back home, from your family, from the whole freaking community, kind of reinforced it. But then, as you started to change, you started to realize like you weren't the only one that saw that. A lot of other people have seen this. They've lived this. They were taught this. Some of them were actually taught this. Wow, lucky them. They were taught this. They didn't have to figure it out and stumble through on their own. Okay, but what you've seen is this path. This is your path right here. You can't do nothing no more. And here's the thing. Some people, you could be aware that some people are not going to be happy for you that you got out of it when you didn't take them with you. Yeah, there's that. So let's see what it is now. Okay. Do we have the same number of cards? We had 13 cards over there. 13, the death card, transformation energy. Okay, on this side, we had the Queen of Pentacles and what it is, Queen of Pentacles. So you walk away from situation, okay, deciding that you were going to take a risk and trust in a whole new world, a whole new me, a whole new life, a whole new experience. You see, you trusted in that. What it's really done, what it really is from a spiritual perspective here is the Queen of Pentacles, self-development work, okay. Somebody here, your North Node is in Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, okay? And this is for you going to add that element of earth, okay? Of earth at whatever position you are of polarity in there. In other words, wherever it falls in your birth chart, it depends on what, how this affects your physical world, because the pentacles are earthbound energies, okay? Let's see, how many cards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should be 13. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It is 13. All right, so let's do it. This is what it is, what it really, really is. Okay, what do we have? The courthouse. Ooh. We have the pathway. Message of concern. Judication. Privileged lady. Courtship. Bad health. I now move down. So these 6 are below the last 6. Okay, bad health. Great fortune. The house. Coffin. Unexpected income. Gift. Wealthy man. Hello. What it is. You're becoming the wealthy man. Ha! I love this message. Guess what? You're not looking for a wealthy man. You're not waiting on a wealthy man. You're becoming the wealthy man. I am the wealthy man. I am the wealthy man. I am the wealthy man. I heard Michael cutting in with his brothers talking about, can you feel it? Okay. This is fantastic. So what you thought it was a thief and imprisonment. You thought that you had done some stuff, okay? You had done some stuff or had some stuff influences, right? That kept getting you stuck. You felt that way, right? You want to change in this. You knew you wanted to change. You wanted to change into that wealthy man. What it was bad health and the courthouse. So this is saying like, I mean, there was consequences and repercussions. You made bad choices. You got bad health. Your energetic alignment was one of very low vibration. Because see, people think they doing something slick when they get away with some bullshit, with some dirt. Oh, I hit a lick. If you understood what that lick was going to cost you in the road to come. When you know you got to be sneaky about someone, you know you got to lie about someone, you know you're doing some underhanded, dirty, no good, low down, just trashy, trash shit to somebody, and you know that about yourself, you set the standard, you set the law, and you must respond. They say, only God can judge me, only God. Who is God? I am God. Oh, snap. When you do that dirt, you are judging yourself guilty, baby. Your own consciousness will either convict you or set you free. You got to be aligned with some shit. So this thief could have not been a literal thief. It could have just been like, you know, you were trying to do some stuff that just didn't feel right. What you were thieving on is your high vibrational, most beneficially productive energy. And you were, I heard, renting it out to some vamp shit, some damp shit, some dirt shit, some dark shit, some ugly, ugly. God don't like ugly shit. Okay. So there had to be consequences, but you didn't understand. You didn't understand. You didn't understand. Somebody here was literally bedridden in the past. They were on their deathbed. Somebody was here on their deathbed. And somebody here had contracts and obligations and promises and did not keep them. Somebody thought they would get away with it. They got caught. They got caught. If at the very least they got caught was by the spiritual law. Okay. Maybe you did some dirt in the past and you had to pay consequences. Karmic law is real. And what it is what you put out comes back to you. That's it. The energy that you do something with. In other words, when you go into the restaurant and then you dine and ditch and you just walk out and you feel like you got to be sneaky. Somebody's like, I never feel bad about it. No, you don't. You done numb down your inner voice, your divine voice so much. You done turn the volume down on it so much. If God can scream at you all you want, and no, you wouldn't feel bad at all for doing shit. Because you don't understand yet at that level of consciousness. You don't understand yet at that level of understanding, at that level of common sense. You don't understand that what you put out comes back to you. Now you wonder why your life is in chaos. You can't keep a job. Everybody stole this. They stole that. You don't know what happened to this. Where did that go? How come they hit this? How come they did that to me? How come they destroyed this of mine? Well, have you done any of that dirt yourself? Somebody learned that at home. You didn't know there was another way. What you knew was poverty. Poverty. And that dream of a house that was comfortable with the fireplace in the living room and all that shit, that was just a dream. You knew how to work since you were a kid. This is what you saw. You knew how to work since you was a kid. You knew that one of these days, when you were a kid, you probably said, one of these days, I'm going to live in a big fancy house just like that. You might not even remember this. You could have been, 11 years old, 3 years old, 7 years old, 10 years old. We have this kid here. He's a chimney sweep. And then we have that luxurious home. You knew you had to go to work. You had to go to work for these wealthy people. You were the chimney sweep. Their chimney is all nice and warm because you cleaned it. And guess what? You got to go out here and you ain't even got a warm fire to sit in front of. What the heck? This is what you knew coming up. That's how it felt. That's what you knew. That's what you saw. This is what you saw. This is what you see about your past. Well, what's on this side? The pathway to great fortune, honey. All that lack and not having was your pathway to great fortune, because the great fortune came down in the physical level and the position of what it is. The pathway, the pathway was lit in your mind. It was going to take you right to a great fortune. When you was over here in this situation. Oh, did you used to clean houses? I just saw it. They just showed me. Okay, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna claim that because I sure did used to clean houses. I cleaned some beautiful mansions when I was younger. Yeah, yeah, I did. And I stole something. Yep, sure did. I stole something. This is like, damn, that thing you did in the past because you were so desperate, you stole some. I heard you never even got nothing from it. Nope, sure didn't. You never even got nothing for it. It was not, yeah, what you got for it was not worth it. You saw something, and coming from not having, you thought, I'm just gonna take this. But you know what? You didn't get nothing for it. Like, it literally, it did nothing for you. Nothing for you. Oh, except for land you in the situation that taught you that you wanted more, but yet and still there was consequences and repercussions for the actions that you took, because you came from this place of unhealthy ways and behaviors. There is consequences and repercussions for that. Okay. But that opened up this pathway in your mind, in your spirit. Okay. This is what it really was. Pathway to what? To great fortune. Now you saw something else was possible. I remember when I first used to go into wealthier people's houses, fancier houses, bigger houses, newer, more modern shit. And I used to, when I was younger, I used to look at it and think to myself, well, this is nice. It's different. One of the things about me is, although I've been in some amazing houses, it just feels regular to me. I enjoy looking at the things that they have there, but I don't have this like, oh my God, I gotta have it one day. I don't know if at some point I did. Maybe you're sitting there wondering, I wonder if I did. Have I gotten comfortable with having less? Okay. Anyways, what you see, what you saw, what you see, okay? We're gonna say it both ways. Occupation, work, and community, okay? You saw that those people that had those nice things, they worked together as a community. They weren't destructive to the community. I heard that. Okay. Or at least that's what you saw. That's what you saw. That's what you saw. What it was. Okay. So you saw that people that worked together, it seemed like it helped the community. You saw that maybe you saw somebody had a business. Okay. Maybe you saw, that people would come to the business. Well, I want that to happen. Okay. You saw your mother work hard and be good to people. I heard that. You saw your mother work hard and be good to people. You did. You saw your mother work hard and be good to people. What it is, there's something about this house and it's gated off, okay? And the message of concern is what it was. Hold on a minute. So you had to put in a lot of work. And spirit, what I see, yes, all that is available for you, but there's consequences and repercussions for what was done in the past. Okay, you had to complete a cycle. You had to basically give back. You had to balance the scales, man. You had to put out something different. You needed something different to put out. Something that was counterbalancing what you did in the past. This is what you saw. What it really was there's like this alignment equals checking off all the checklists of being a vibrational match to that what you want. So what it really was was that house. I'm seeing this fence that's in front is barricaded with a beautiful ornamental iron fence, but each one of those things is put in there to block you. You gotta take apart so much before you could gain access there. And what it's talking about is ideas and things that were working against you. Okay, that was like there's this understanding that was received at some point here that, oh man, if I steal things, that's not embracing the fact that I am the wealthy man. I am the wealthy man. I am the wealthy man. You're like, I'm tired of being broke. Well, then you got to stop doing broke people shit. Number one, you got to stop doing broken people shit. You don't need to do that. That's the first thing. You don't go out and steal shit. You don't need to do that if you're a wealthy man. Why would I need to steal anything? I heard I'd just buy it. I'd buy it in every color that they have if I really like it. That's what I heard. Okay. Interesting. And then I hear, yeah, but I don't have the money to buy it. Money felt so far away, is what you saw, what you see. The money felt so far away. But what happened was what you saw or what you're seeing is, there's a community access, okay, that is accessing you to sudden wealth. It's accessing you to sudden wealth. It's I saw it like a gift from the heavens, because we have this flying ship, and it's like it was sent to deliver. It was sent to deliver in your physical life sudden wealth. And then it was like, well, what were you going to do with that sudden wealth? What were you going to do with that sudden wealth when you got it? What kind of thoughts would you have? But see, what was happening was Spirit had prepared a message. Okay, but you got the message. But Spirit had prepared a message on what had to be done here if you were going to bring about this change. Okay, and yes, you answered for what you had done. Adjudication was there. Coffin. That physical experience actually changed when you saw that sudden wealth. Then it became a let's confirm that the energy has shifted in this one, that the choices are different now, that they have really made distance between that broke ass mentality, poverty mentality, thieving mentality. Let's make sure they got that message and they changed. Okay. The thoughts changed. And one of the things that changed it, interesting, you were put in a situation, you were allowed to live in a situation in which mentally it was really intense. They gave us the word despair here. Hello. Why? Because the physical experience tested your limits to try to break you to see if you would steal. Would you thief? Would you lie? Would you cheat? What would you do? You showed some change. But I try to tell people all the time, the first time that you stand up to do something different for yourself, don't think it's going to be the last time. I promise you it's not going to be the last time. That's just your groundbreaking moment, honey. There's so many shovels full you're going to do as you solidify who you are, how you move, where you're at in your energy. And so what I'm seeing is you have had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to steal from this one, to rationalize stealing from that one. It's like somebody just came over and left a big old bag of money there, and you knew that it wasn't yours, but why was it in my seat? That means it's mine, right? I'm just going to keep it. But hold on, only certain people come here. It's a locked door facility. All right, so this belongs to someone, but why is it in my seat? Okay, so you make contact, you find out, and you don't touch it. You don't follow that impulse that says, well, if we take a little bit out, they'll never notice. Who cares if they'll notice? At this point, who cares if they'll notice? And I just see here like somebody had thought that you were going to do the same shit you used to do in the past, but you changed your energy. You changed your energy. Looking back to the past, you're a different person. This is what you see. What they see is, honey, you have become the wealthy man. Now, spiritually, absolutely, yeah, because you answered for what was happening over there, and guess what? The situation had to change. The situation had to change. This was the death of the blockage. It's like you finally opened up the bars in the beautiful ornamental iron gate that they have there that was allowing you to go in. You finally got the key to the lock, baby, honey. Yes. And what it is, you are the privileged lady. You know you're the privileged lady. So then what happens? Unexpected income. All of a sudden it shows up. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. And what else comes in? What it is. You think despair. Okay, official person. You're so official, and you keep you say to yourself, I'm official. I'm 100. I'm official. You know, gonna have to. You think to yourself, what you're seeing out there is gonna have to let that go. Let that go. Let that go. Could it have to do with the thoughts? You know, you're gonna have to let that go, because that's not what you're holding on to. You're not holding on to despair. And if somebody's life is in despair, that's not uh, that's not a beneficial current of energy, because it's cross current to where you're at. Okay, and you've worked hard for this change. What's coming in with it? The wealthy man. We have courtship and gift. Hello, you're gonna have to get used to all this money. You're gonna have to get used to this wealth. You have to get used to this love. You're gonna have to get used to being favored and receiving gifts as the universe courts you. I heard as the universe courts you and showers you with all the abundance that you've aligned with, because you've become the official person. You're not stuck in that poverty mentality, thieving mode. You wouldn't steal a piece of paper. You wouldn't steal a fucking pen. Wouldn't even steal a blunt from me. I'm just saying. Because that was literally the opportunity that was presented to me. It was a bag of weed. It wasn't a bag of money. It was a bag of weed. A big ass bag of weed. No, it was a jar, actually. It was a jar. That's right. It was a jar. It was about this tall. Yeah. And it was filled with weed. I'm like, they'll never notice. Why? Shut the fuck up. Go sit your ass down somewhere. We don't need to steal nothing. Got plenty of my own weed. Why I need to steal somebody else's shit? Oh my God. Why? Because that old mentality still be trying to fuck with me. But that's not who I am no more. I made a conscious choice. I used to steal all types of shit when I was young. Oh my God. I was terrible with it. Terrible with it. Absolutely despicable. Despicable me. And boy, if I ain't had shit stolen from me, if I ain't had lost shit, broke shit, some more shit, and some more shit, I really see how I have had to balance the karma, balance the scales, live the other side of the experience. I've had to live the other side of experience where the same shit I did is the same shit I got. You know, one of my friends that I used to hang out with, she was pretty upset one time after I had broke up with my ex and told her that, well, she's at my house right now. And she's like, what? I was like, yeah, what I realized was this one person delivers to me every fucked up thing I ever gave to any of my partners. She does back to me. This is where I balance the scales. This is where I learn my lessons. I'm learning so much about me and entertaining her. So why wouldn't I want to talk to her? I mean, we're not back together or nothing, but she's waiting for me. It was interesting. It was interesting. And you know, in life is going to give you the opportunity to balance the scales. You're going to do the same fucked up shit before and dig an even deeper hole for yourself, because at some point you're going to have to pay, you know, you're going to have to pay that check that your ass wrote to the Bank of the Universe, because that's pretty much how it works. And whether you see it as getting paid from the universe or what, this is what you've asked for. This is what you get. How do you ask? By what you do. How do you ask for what you want? By what you do. You keep entertaining people that keep treating you like shit, then guess what you're asking for? People to treat you like shit. And it's not just going to be that one person. Pretty soon you'll have a whole fucking tribe of shitty people around you. Then you'll have to declaw yourself from their fucking claws to try to let them go. In this energy, a lot of that when we talking and describing with people is your own fucked up mentality. Oh my God. It's terrible when you're good at lying and cheating and stealing and you just know you could get away with it, but you know you ain't got no business taking shit that don't belong to you. And then they're showing me, what about the yin yang effect, where there's somebody out there and they're totally a vigilante. I get a vigilante, and they're like fucking Robin Hood. They steal from the corrupt wealthy, and then they give it to the poor. The ones that were stolen from originally. I heard the ones that were stolen from originally. Well, I heard the spiritual court is taking care of that. The world court, the universal court, is taking care of that. Okay, it's taking care of that. I heard the test and the exam has gone on long enough. The test and exam has gone on long enough, okay, because it's a test and it's an examination. I heard a test and a re-examination to make sure you really were what you showed us that you were for a while. But let me see, when you get put in this situation now, where's your head at? It's probably 10 years from the last cycle of something. Maybe it's 20, okay? Maybe it's 30 years ago. Some shit done come back on you from 30 years ago. And it seemed like for the last 30 years, you could get what you need, but you couldn't get ahead. I heard for the last 30 years, you could get what you need, but you couldn't get ahead, which is most of your adult life, I heard, or all of your life, okay? But the thing is, before all that shows up for you, you're going to have to lay to rest this energy of that thievery, that deceit, that low vibrational, disrespectful, dumbass idea you had to do some shit in the past. This could have been when you cheated on somebody. And now all of a sudden you're going to have a beautiful relationship come up because you paid your dues. It's like this, we live in a universe that runs off of balance. Balance is a requirement. It's going to have to happen. It's going to freaking have to happen. Okay. Let's see, what do you see? I want this deck. I can't remember the name of it. Malibu got it for us, and it's been in the bag up on top of the shelf. I was like, oh, I haven't used that in forever, because I can't see it with my eye. It didn't come with a box. It didn't come with a bag or nothing, so I got a bag for it. I couldn't even see it in there, and I'm now realizing, like, well, I have another bag I can put it in where I will be able to see it, and it will remind me that it's there. So we're just going to look for 2 cards from this Oracle deck, and then I have some more cards here with me that I want to pull out. Let's see what we have. What else can you reveal for us about what we see, what you see, okay, what they see, and what it is. All right. What it is. All right. So let's see. 2 cards. First card. What you see. What you see. Blossoms of the dead, naked skin delaying joy. Beasts play games of bliss. Ooh. Beasts play games of bliss. Interesting. The blossoms of the dead, that which has died, begins. It's like it becomes the fertilizer, the fodder. That it comes the enhancement to what grows out. Naked skin delaying joy. You had to realize who you were. You had to see yourself authentically. You went through a lot of change, and then we have a skull and a rose. It totally connects to a passionate life, romantic life, and the death, the end of cycles. Beasts play games of bliss. This was about learning to get in tune with that higher vibration. In order to learn to do that, you had to figure out all the shit you were doing that was going against it. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't their fault at all. It was you. The whole time it was you. You were the only one that could change this. You had to realize all the things you were thinking, all the things you were doing. What kind of energy did that come with? You went through a major change in this. Let me see what it is, what it really, really is. Let's see. All right, perfect. And we have murmurs in the fields, fluttering within my soul, painting the flowers. There is a giant butterfly on top of a tree. Major transformation majora. I heard transformation majora. Let me say, write it down. Okay. And then I heard, so as I write it down, I heard, yeah, Majora, write down major A. So it's like transformation major, eh? I'm done. All right. That's what I got there. Let's see what else I brought here. What's this called? Out of hand tarot. And ¿cómo se llama la otra? ¿Cómo se llama? ¿No te acuerdas? Let's see. I'm trying to remember. So the out of hand tarot, and the other deck is the oracle deck. That is so cool, and I love the pictures and the way the words are worked into the pictures. It's so cool. All right, let's see, what do we have? It'll tell the DJ bring it back. Tell the DJ bring it back. All right, we're gonna do it this way from the palm. All right, show me the Fool energy. What you see, the Fool. You feel, you from your perspective, like you really see that the only positive choice was to just let go of these attachments, let go of what was, and really just be ready to take that leap. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. Celebrate your wins. Look at that. Yeah, you're done. You trusted that you would complete this karmic contract, this soul cycle, this family pattern. Celebrate your wins. Celebrate your wins. This reminds me of the conversation I had with a man at the Phoenix years ago, and he said, "You know what? Can I give you some advice as a guy who's a little bit older than you?" I said, "Sure. What you want to tell me?" He said, "Make sure you take time to celebrate your victories. We're so busy doing so much that we don't take time to really bask in what we've accomplished." I listen to him and I reflect on it every day in some type of way, and some days more than others. You got to celebrate how far you've come. You got to celebrate every win. He's like, you're always so busy. We as people are always so busy, on to the next goal, on to the next thing that needs to be done. Okay, next on today's list, that we don't even take time to truly honor our wins, our victories. So that is something that's coming up here right now, big time for you. Celebrate your wins. You completed a soul contract. 10 of Pentacles, ticked off all the boxes on the list of what needed to happen. Oh, and when we were talking about this message of concern card next to the adjudication card, it's like the courts gave a list of requirements that must be met for this order to be changed, for the old energy where that house was blocked off to be lifted, for access to be granted where access had been denied. This adjudication is when you show up and you say, listen, in my spirit and in my physical, that feminine and masculine energy there, I take accountability and I have definitely changed. And here's the evidence of that. Okay. And here's the evidence of that on spiritual level. Physical level, it looks like you ain't worried about that house, and you definitely ain't worried about anybody's stuff in their house or on anywhere that ain't yours. If it's not yours, like who you used to be, you don't touch it no more. You could have been put in a situation alone in a house. Oh, interesting. That just, you brought that back, baby. You brought that back. The DJ is on hit today because the DJ brought it back. Hey, interesting. Somebody tried to set you up to steal from them. They thought for sure that if they set you up and they pissed you off, you would go and steal their jewels, their money, their loot. They showed you exactly where it was, and they could have even showed you exactly how to access it. They tried to set you up. It could have totally been a spiritual setup, but I'm seeing it like a human tried to set you up. They thought that they could get you to dismiss your spiritual authority by fucking up your own integrity, by earning yourself some stupid shit for doing stupid shit. But see, we're so glad we did it way back then. We know better than to do that shit today. We ain't playing like that. We're not doing that now. What are you talking about? Who are you talking to, little girl? I don't care how your age is. I don't care what numbers are in your age. I don't care what level you're at. I maintain my level. Okay. I heard that. Let me see this Queen of Pentacles on what it is. What it is, what it really, really is. Okay, so that's what you saw. You saw that. But what is it? What is it really? What is it? What is it? What is it? What it is? You belong here. You belong here. You had to, what it really is you had to figure out where you belong. You had to find that sense of belonging. They're telling me to pull the next one off the top, like really yelling at me. 7 of Swords. It was always the divine plan. You had to figure out where you belong. This makes sense. This makes perfect sense. You had to figure out that you belong here. That's why you never got so fucking excited about all those luxurious multi-million-dollar houses and shit. You didn't trip on it. You've been in so many luxury cars. It's like, oh, this is nice. I mean, it's not like you were hating on it. Not at all. You can appreciate it for what it was. But it never did something for you. Like some people are like, oh my God. Ah! They be fangirling out. And you're just like, no, this is cool. Yeah, can I take some pictures? This is really cool. I like to show some folks. Oh, yeah, you can take. Okay, cool. Thank you. But it's not like, oh my God, it's Michael Jackson's sofa. No, it's not. We're not fangirling here. No. It was a divine plan. And the thing is, you vibrate it normal with it because it is where you belong. It's like you just understand, like, it doesn't matter. I have my own. It doesn't matter. I have my own. That could totally be your sentiment. That could be how you really feel about this. Like, it doesn't matter. I have my own. Okay. So now I heard, let's pull off the top. Let's go over this whole spread. Oh my gosh. Okay. So with imprisonment, we have the High Priestess and the Messenger. Ha! I love this. With the imprisonment card, the High Priestess and the Messenger are telling me intuitively, even though your mind was stuck in a certain mentality, even though you knew about incarceration, separation, even though you knew there were consequences, even though you knew there were consequences, even though you knew there were consequences, you did that shit anyway. Even though you knew there were consequences, your spirit would always let you know that if you follow this path, this is going to take you to some places you really don't want to be. Who's got me up on the big screen right now? Whoever got me up on the big screen right now, 5,000 points. Okay. That's what I heard. Let me see the Thief card here. Yeah. Your spirit said, listen, if you go stealing shit, there's going to be consequences and repercussions. We have a tarot card, the Queen of Cups. Interesting. Yeah, because they're reading the tea leaves there. Like, you're going to be writing your fortune. Go ahead, steal that shit. You'd be writing your own fortune. If that's what you want to do, you're going to tell your own fortune. This is going to be the way your life is going to lead you. All right. I'm being guided to move the cards to the bottom until we get an oracle. So let's see what's the oracle to go with that. Oh, no, that was, yeah. Okay, that was a tarot card. Projections. Ooh, so that's why it happens, because you know you're doing dirt. You're literally projecting into your future a moment where you're gonna have to pay the piper, balance the scales of karma. It's like that negative feeling, that guilty feeling, that I gotta hide this shit feeling, is you projecting into your future consequences for the bullshit you're about to do. Just so you know. That I hope I don't get caught. Trust and believe you were just caught as soon as you had that thought. Because that was a moment where your spirit was like, bitch, don't do this. We're going to fuck ourselves up. We're going to earn negative karma. We're going to have to balance these skills somehow one day. Let's not do this. It's not going to be fun. The cost is just not worth it, girlfriend. Please trust me. Believe me. Believe me when I say, baby, you're not going to get away from you. No matter what, you're going to always find you. And remember, in this energy here, We're at the state of consciousness where we understand that we are one with the divine and all that is. Although simultaneously independent and uniquely individual, we are always connected to all that is. And therefore, by that, the divine in us is what is judging us all the time. It's always that way. It will always be that way. This is how human consciousness works. Okay. All right, let's look at that family room over there. That family room, what do we have? The world. Interesting, because we have the world at the bottom of the deck. So this right here is telling me that this is a huge confirmation that you have accomplished something different. Yeah, you changed things in your own home is what I'm getting. You did, because you took a look at the family experience that you were taught, that you were raised with, okay, and you decided you were going to change it. You could have been brought up in the lap of poverty. In the lap of poverty. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get an oracle to go with that. What do we have? Letting go. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You had to let go. Did you have to also let go of your family to get out of this? Some people, like, it was so thick, like you couldn't even hang out with the family because they was all just on mess. Somebody here, you went somewhere so far from your family, like y'all ain't even in the same state, city, vicinity. Y'all got hours between you, if not a whole fucking ocean. For somebody, there's a whole fucking ocean between you and your family. You're like, I can get burned. Like, I don't want these consequences or repercussions. I already know what they're about. I already know what's going on over there. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. That's how it's showing up. Let me see this poverty over here. Again, it's a mentality. They're screamed out. Poverty mentality, not having enough, not having enough, not having enough. For somebody, this wasn't even financial, but this was about not having enough and feeling like the lack of value as a human. Like, yeah, I'm just not good enough. Somebody's energy was like that. Justice. Yeah, justice. Okay, you knew you had to balance the scales on this. It was justice coming in where there was a lack. You had to balance the scales on this, and you let your light shine. Yeah, it was time for you to shine even in poverty. That when you shined even in poverty, when you kept your energy radiant, pure, whole, honest, and one of integrity in a situation where the family was gone and you didn't do no dirt, you did the right thing. This is you paying your justice. Things could have been really bad at that time. And from that moment that you started, as long as you maintained it, I heard your new house began to be constructed. From that time that you did that by yourself, it's like I see the spirit realm at that point, because this is the same position on this other side on what it is, poured out the magic. This is like fairy dust to make it for you, to make that for you, whatever it was. But hold on, you would have to go through a whole cycle of consistency. It wasn't just going to show up. You have to hold that energy, baby, while it finishes turning into fruition and materialization. And that 10 of Pentacles is also a card the Spirit is showing me. It means it's complete. It's completely grown now. The timer has gone off. It's finished. It's fully cooked. It's ready. Celebrate your wins. What you didn't know was you had to consistently hold that, because that's like if you turn the oven off too soon, it doesn't matter if the timer went off because you didn't have the heat right, or you didn't turn on the oven, or you turned it off too early and you just let it sit there. No, you need to keep the oven on. In other words, you need to hold that energy. Hold that energy that started baking this beautiful experience in your life, this luxury, this love, this abundance, this confidence. What is it? You had to hold that energy consistently until the creation of it is complete on the physical plane, until it hits 10 pentacles. From the Ace of Pentacles, that's when the new creation, new physical creation starts materializing. The energy is solidifying then. But in the 10, it's physical wholeness. Physical wholeness. I heard you're going to be challenged big time at the 3, at the 5, and at the 7. And then again at the 9. And you got to maintain. You got to stay steady until you hit the 10 of Pentacles. Then you're all the way in like Flynn, baby. That's what I heard. You're all the way in like Flynn. Let me see. You had the Community card up there as a third card. What is it? The Chariot with the level up. Hold on. In the Community. The Chariot and the level up. So interesting. So then you have this community show up around you of people. They could literally be other family members. Maybe they're different. Maybe they're from your mama's side or your daddy's side instead of the other side. Okay. But for most of you, I don't see this as family. You had a decision to, interesting. I love the way I'm holding these cards because they just spoke volumes. You had a decision to go to the community path and follow the community, follow what everybody else does, or elevate and be on 100. And honey, you on 100. We said that earlier in the reading, didn't we? I'm 100. That's where you're at. Yeah. You chose to level up. It was a choice. Look at the way that pathway with the bike is in the middle of a fork in the road. You got to choose. You're going to go this way. You're going to go that way. You could choose to go towards the community and gather people around you again, or you could choose to level up. Which one? Which road will you choose? Interesting. So you chose to level up. I heard so that you could be able to benefit the community in another way. Oh, that's interesting. Your level up choice. It looked like you abandoned the community for a minute. But interestingly enough, your choice to abandon the community was actually gonna give more benefit to the community at the end of the day because you leveled up. Interesting. Because what they're showing me is the connection. When you cleanse karmic energy from your ancestral line, it touches 7 generations on both sides. So what they're showing me is the ones that are still alive on this earth on 7 generations on either side of you are presented with this energy on their spirit with a greater magnetism and an easier flow, a stronger flow, which would make it easier for them to get in the flow with it if and when they choose it. It doesn't mean they're automatically going to choose it. Get that through your head. Just because it's there doesn't mean, oh, now my whole family's going to choose this. No, the fuck it doesn't. Some of them never will. Those ones you will know are some of your most beloved soulmates. Thank you for being the one that came to cause my soul to grow. I love you so much. Go ahead and do your life. Do your life. You little contrasting shadow energy that taught me to shine my light. Now I'm just a light bright. I heard now I'm just a light bright. Occupation. Why? Because you've been diligent about your business. You've been diligent about your business. You've been minding your business. You're in the room on your own, minding your business, putting in the work, doing what need to be done to clear these karmic cycles. You're like, eventually I'll get through this. Boom. King of Pentacles. That's the portal, baby. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy there again. You took that action to stabilize your choice. That put you through the portal, baby. Because you put in the work. You put in the work. That put you through the portal. I freaking love your reading. This is amazing. All right. Next card over there is the Distant Horizons. We need an Oracle and the Tarot. Put that at the bottom. Okay. What do we have with the Distant Horizons? It's the 4th card on the top. What do we have there? Ace of Cups and Levity. Honey, you started to lift yourself up out of that poverty mentality. You started to lift yourself out of that toxic mentality, out of that not good enough mentality. You started doing that through Ace of Cups, self-love energy and levity, lightheartedness, okay? Bringing humor to bullshit. You found a way to turn the crap into a game, into just, it's like you would see the bullshit. Maybe I see somebody, you literally visualize the problem, put it in a bubble, and gave it to the universe. Ooh, if that was your meditation, that was very, very powerful for you. You should always do that. That will always benefit you. You don't own, they're saying you can begin to practice putting in it the beautiful things that you love to attract in your life and give that to the universe and watch how the universe brings that back to you. What you did so far, you put them in love, you put them in that bubble. When you put them in that bubble, you put them in love. When you gave them to the universe, you gave them to love. Did you know that? Okay, the sudden wealth is here. The sudden wealth is here. I heard yes, because this is on the side where it says what you see. Okay, the sudden wealth is here. Let's see. We need a tarot card and go down to the next oracle card. With the sudden wealth, what do we have? The Wheel of Fortune and Luck. OMG, I cannot make this up. These three cards are all saying the same thing. Lucky. I'm a lucky girl. I do lucky things. Ha ha. Yes. Yes. I love this. The Wheel of Fortune. Luck is on your side. Because why? You read the freaking signs. You didn't try to go through the barricade where it was telling you U-turn, where your intuition start telling you U-turn. Yeah, it doesn't. You didn't keep trying to bust through. In the past, you would see, don't do it, and then boom, that's the first thing you want to do. Well, why can't I go back there? What's back there? What's back there? What you hiding back there? Here you go. Here you go. This is where you were going in, where you didn't have no business going. Maybe you used to go on property that didn't belong to you and take shit that didn't belong to you. Whoo, Lord, I did. Yes, I know. So glad I did it then. I know that I would never want to do that now. I like respecting other people's things, and I teach my grandsons all the time. If it's not yours, don't touch it. I don't care if it's your brother's, your mother's, or mine. If it's not yours, don't touch it. Ask first before you put your fingers on something that don't belong to you. Ask first before you put your fingers on something that don't belong to you. Can I touch it? Can I have it? Can I use it? Can I borrow it? Can I see it with my hands? Because I'll be the first one to tell you, you don't need your hands to see nothing. Okay. Thoughts. You started looking at thoughts. Let's see. What's going on with these thoughts? We have the Six of Wands, thoughts of victory. Hello, thoughts of winning, thoughts of overcoming the challenges by following this passion, knowing what it looks like to get there. It says everything is temporary, even these problems, even these challenges, even these difficulties. Okay, you probably got a tattoo to symbolize a victory. Okay, something you drew out yourself. I see that. Somebody you definitely did. Oh, is that what that was? This was my victory tattoo. I didn't know that until now. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. Is that why I really chose it? Yes, that's why you really chose it. You chose it from your higher self. Okay. And that the only thing that my higher self clued me into when I was doing this was, for me, it represents the entire Sri Yantra, but the fact that I actually have the circular symbol in the center was to bless my words going out. Yeah, let them be empowered from the divine always. Yes. And I heard, and that has been my own mentality anyways. This was a symbolism of that. Okay. The message, you got the message that spirit was making for you 2 moves prior. You got that message, which was what? Ignore the path that is barricaded and has U-turn signs and do not cross and private property and no trespassing in front of it. You got the message of do not touch shit that don't belong to you. What? Eight of Swords. Even when temptation was there, you got the message. What goes around comes around. See? And that's it. You knew that what goes around comes around. You got that message. The universe spoke. Your ancestors spoke. Your mama in heaven spoke for somebody here. You learned it from your mama. Not to go touching shit that don't belong to you. What goes around comes around. If it ain't yours, leave it the fuck alone. Why is despair up there? Let's see. We have the Nine of Swords, fear, worries, doubts, hesitations, snow day. It was fucking cold outside. Okay. So right now, if you're having a tough time financially to provide the Christmas you would like to, be very careful about this. Be very careful about this. Don't be tempted to go out there and do some dumb shit. I heard one year, I'm hearing, because it's Nine of Swords, they're saying, yeah, 9 years ago it was, where I went out and did some dirt so I can get some money for Christmas. And then I stopped. And I actually did have that Wheel of Fortune moment because I had earned enough money to get one of the kids a Christmas gift. Spirit said, go to casino, go play penny keno. 20 card penny keno, 1 penny for 20 cents. I was betting 20 different cards of keno. Keno is like bingo, if you don't know. So except for you pick your numbers on your card. So here I am, I picked my numbers and I layered my numbers. So all 20 cards had combinations of the same numbers. And what do you know? The whole row of my numbers hit. And what did that mean? I now had enough money. I had, I think, like $125 walking into there. That's how much Dominic's game was going to cost. And then when I walked out of there, I had about $800 playing 20 cents at a time. But my spirit led me there. It's not always going to be a fucking casino. Don't get yourself addicted to gambling. And trust and believe, when I talk about I go out to play, I'm the type of person to put in $5. I'll put in $1, see if I win on the $1, then I might put in $5. If I win on the $5, I'll put in $10. And if I'm really like feeling myself, all my bills are paid and I got some extra dough and I'm just treating myself to a night on the town, I'll put in a big $20. I'm not a big gambler. I am not a big gambler. But when I win gambling, which the wins have always been for this thing that I want to do for my family, really. But I remember one time I went into a bar and I had this in my mind. I'm going to win enough money to buy my family dinner. And do you know that's exactly what happened? I think I won like $80. And then, so what I do, I went and got my kids and took them out to dinner. We had a great dinner. It was great. Paid for the whole thing. So there's that energy there. And how can we apply those understanding, following that gotta take a dump urge, okay, to get what is here for us instead of having to go steal from somebody and take some bullshit? Well, there's a situation here, and this could have been very recently, right? This could have totally been very recently where you're like, these numbers don't fucking add up. I don't know how this is gonna happen. What are we gonna do about this, that, and the other? Okay. But you know what goes around comes around. So you just kept putting out good energy. You kept putting out good energy. Maybe you took a couple extra dollars and threw something in the tip jar, or maybe you did a favor for somebody, or maybe you just was, I don't know, being, I heard all cheerful and stuff. Being all cheerful, spreading that good love and cheer. Okay, that's what I heard. Official person, whatever you did, this made you the official person. We have an oracle card on top, and they told me to pull the tarot from the bottom. So let's see. This made you the official person. 2 of Cups in the crossroads. This way or that way. Listen, you were going to sink or swim in this. You were going to sink and swim in this, but you chose the path of love. You chose the path of love. You, and choosing the path of love, have become the official person. Hello, you are ready, baby. You are ready. This change is complete. Let me see about that change. That's the first tarot card. We'll put these at the bottom. There's the oracle message. What is it? The 9 of Wands and the salt bath. This change was about, listen, you had become overwhelmed with the BS you were creating in your own life. You had to purify yourself to purify your life. And that's how the change happened. Yeah, I love that. All right, let's go to the right side now, which is what it is. Let's tell the story this way. First 2 cards off the top, exactly what I need. With the courthouse card here, and this is, I heard this is when you went to the courthouse to appeal your case. You had found yourself stuck for being a fucking thief. You were like, listen, I'm not the same way no more. I'm not the same way no more. So you had to put in a legal form, okay, to the courts. No, I'm not talking about human courts. I'm really talking about the spiritual courts. And say, listen, I'm not the same way no more. Let me prove it. You had to show up with your documents, your proof, and your evidence, okay? And boom, 4 of Cups and sound, frequency, and resonance come up. You rejected the old way of life. This is what you wanted them to know, was that you rejected the old way of life. And look, he's got a painting of the Ace of Cups in his hand, and he's controlling the programming that he's seeing on the television. So this is where you said to the courts, listen, I've changed my sound, my frequency, and my resonance. I've changed my programming. Courts, higher courts, spiritual courts, higher courts. I've changed my frequency, and I'd like to appeal my status, okay? I'd like to be reconsidered. I'd like to have this reevaluated. Okay, this is my case. This is where I've been judged. I'd like to be reconsidered. I heard reconsider for the position. Reconsider for what position? The position of the wealthy man. Okay, but bad health, bad health. Show me the bad health card. Bad health. We have thrift store magic and the 9 of Cups. This bad health card is definitely, this is confirming that when you went to the court, this is what you were talking about. Thrift store magic. Okay, always wanting more, but only being able to afford the thrift store. I got $20 in my pocket. I want to pop some tags. I got $20 in my pocket. Okay, you're going to the thrift store. Okay, bad health mentality. Okay, you had a bad health mentality, but you wanted something different. Okay, you learned some lessons from that bad health mentality. That's what you were here for. Okay, Spirit wanted to see you reject that mentality, and no matter what, and address that bad spiritual health. That was what needed to be done in the physical plane. So you've done that. The pathway lit up for you. The pathway lit up for you in the past, okay, with the family room. When you saw something of grandeur, when you saw something fancy, when you saw something wealthy, when you saw something opulent, luxurious, whatever it was, when you saw somebody that had this ideal lifestyle, when you saw that it existed, it created in your mind, in your spirit, a pathway. Okay. And what do we have? The Two of Pentacles and the beach day getaway. Interestingly enough, we have these Two of Pentacles is a picture of these two hands connected by a cord. Okay, they're connected by a cord, tied together. So you were stuck in between the new way and the old way. Spirit knew that for a while, for maybe it was 2 decades or 2 years, I don't know, but it's 2 decades or 2 years. So it could be 20 years or 10 years, but you would be stuck in between the old self and the new self. Beach day getaway is here. Okay. There was, so this is all the items prepared. You prepared. This was a period of you preparing to be in this pathway of light, okay? To put yourself on this pathway. Now, where was that pathway going to lead you? To your great fortune. Let's see what's that about. What do we have? The Eight of Pentacles. I did hold it up in reverse, okay? Let me take the first oracle card on. What do we have? The Altar. Great fortune. You made a commitment. You made the commitment, okay? And you followed through on the commitment that you made to change your energy and to prove and bring the evidence to the spiritual court that you had been different. And when you did that, that's when the word was given, the order, the command was given by the divine in you. And this is where you gave yourself permission to receive all your blessings, abundance, prosperity, love, fun, and all the rest. Okay, yeah, you gave yourself permission for that, but from the spiritual self, from the highest self. The highest self saw your alignment there, that you had truly changed during this proving time, testing time, adjustment time. Okay, and then, so what is it? The message of concern comes up. I heard this is time for another test. Time for another test. Okay. And what do we have? The Three of Swords and the see you on the other side. Okay. What? Three of Swords and the see you on the other side. This was a disappointment. This was a disappointment. Was this when you had to leave the house? Was this when they didn't re-sign your contract or your lease on your house and you had to leave the house and you weren't prepared for that? It was really disappointing, okay? But this was going to be a portal. They knew it was going to be concerning. They were watching very close as you went through this period, okay? And it definitely had to do with the house. It was off limits, okay? The Hierophant. What would you do with the life lessons that you had gained, okay? What you would do is you would apply wisdom, dream symbolism, astrology. For the soul, you would apply angel numbers. You would imply intuitive awareness. You would utilize the tarot, and you would 1111 this stuff. Self-initiate yourself into more. It may have been off limits for a period of time, and that could have been a very difficult period of time for you. They knew it was going to be distressing, but you had the wisdom to apply. Yeah, you applied the life lessons, even if it was not available to you at the time, even if you had to leave, even if you got put out, even if you were homeless for a while, even if finances were tight. Maybe you were used to a 4-bedroom house. Now you got a 1-bedroom. Oh my God, we're going to make it work. Okay. We're going to figure it out. Something like that. Maybe there was a major downsizing, adjudication. This is your return to court date. I heard that has happened. We have the Ace of Swords. The truth must be seen on your return to court date. With that Ace of Swords, yes. This is where the evidence is reviewed, that you're returning. Okay, we gave you this much time. You didn't know how much time it was going to be. Candle magic, okay? They had to see how you used your energy. That was beyond all illusions, beyond all illusions. There was no spell you could cast to give yourself a different appearance in this, okay? Because the Ace of Swords is here. The truth is here. And what they saw is you did it. You did it by lighting a fire, and you've been holding that fire. I heard you've been holding that fire, letting it burn slowly, letting it continue to burn, taking care of that fire. And you brought your answers, okay? And you were holding out hope that you would be approved. You were holding out hope that you would be approved because you didn't know if it was enough. You didn't know if it was enough for your approval in this, okay? You doubt it. You doubt it, as humans do. I hear, as humans do, you doubt it. And then with the coffin, anything is possible, and the Empress comes out. And what is that saying? What's that saying is, listen, you have made a major change. The old life has is done. That is the truth. Ace of Swords, yes. Empress, you are birthing new stuff. Okay, it's not 100% yet, but in the next step it will be. This is 99%, baby. This is the Nine of Swords energy, where you was worried, you was stressed, but you just kept believing anything was possible. You did not allow that to cause you to go out of your Empress energy. It took you a long time to get here, honey. You're not finna ruin your track record now by going out and doing some dumb shit, stealing something, coercing folks, manipulating folks, doing some underhanded, dirty deed that you feel you got to lie. You ain't about to tamper with your energy like that no more. It's too much on the table. You work too hard to purify your energy field. Okay. With the privileged lady, what do we have? Community and the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, I heard one of the things that you saw, or one of the things that it is that you may not have realized was connected to this, is you have been treated very well by a specific community. Those who have resonated with you since you've gone through these changes. Yeah, this is evidence. Okay, this is evidence of the self-development work that you have done. You have a circle of friends around you. As you've taken care of this, spirit is also surrounding you. That community card, it didn't have faces. It was like this embodies energies. Okay, and it's like as they are circled around that candle, where is that candle at? That candle is within you. You say, this is my candle, and they've been watching, so it's been proven true. Yeah, it's been proven true, and you continue to do that. And because you're there, there's all this support from the invisible realm. Again, you're becoming the wealthy man. Yeah, unexpected income in your hand. I see that here for you. Let's find out what's with that. The Ten of Swords. Look at the lady doing the tattoo, and I see Brooklyn here too, and I see Kat here too. Enjoy the ride, baby. Unexpected income. I designed a tattoo, a custom tattoo for Kat. And Brooklyn is the one that gave me my, what did we call it earlier? My victory tattoo. What was it? Something like that. Anyways, come find out. That's what it was all about. Yeah, unexpected income, and enjoy the ride, because you mind your business. You realize that even though they're not much, you take from the physical world with you. Each of your spiritual ideas, each of your decisions is like a permanent piece of art in your life. And you know what? You just been enjoying the ride and making it beautiful, making it perfectly uniform, perfect lines, perfect shading, perfect coloring, perfect everything. And you know what that does? That is unlocking this unexpected income, honey. Money in your hand. You got money in your hand. I love it. Yeah. And then what else? Up here we have the courtship card. Let's find out about the courtship card. Why is the courtship card here? We have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. And we have springtime renewal. Ooh. I heard, baby, come back. Don't you know I need you, girl? Okay, somebody here at springtime renewal. Listen, this is a renewal of love in your life. Okay, this is where spirit is here courting you. Spirit is going to be courting you. In other words, spirit is your butler. Spirit is your nanny. Spirit is your nurse. Spirit is your maid. Spirit is your concierge. And they're going to be bringing a lot of new stuff to you this springtime, talking about new flowers in life. Honey, they are ready to go to work, put in the work. They're coming from near, from far. It's coming for you. Courtship is here for you. Okay, for some of you, you're definitely going to be meeting a person of interest, okay? And I don't feel like it's just one person of interest. So there are going to be different levels to that. That's not for this reading. The gift. Why is the gift here? Let's see what we have with the gift. With the gift, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the in-between. In the meantime, in between time, there's a gift. There's a gift that you receive. In the meantime, in between time. In the meantime, in between time, there's a gift that you have received in the meantime, in between time. That gift is so what I'm getting, because we have this person here, and I know that they're on the exercise bike at the gym, right? This person is on an exercise bike at the gym. But it's looking different to me. It's actually looking like a deep sea fisherman. And it's looking like you only know this. I haven't said this on the channel in a while, but I love that this image is here. I love that I got this deck for myself. Oh my gosh. And that I brought it today because this is perfect. You only know what you could see on the screen. You only know where the catch is when you're out deep sea fishing from the sonar, what's on the screen. The screen is only going to cover so many square feet of the ocean floor below you. What it's not going to cover is the big whale that's just on the outside of its reach. Okay. So you're getting signs and synchronicities. Okay. So this energy that has continued for you for 2 years or 20 years, right? That you've been seeing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You're about to see a whole lot more of what you were looking for. Yeah, what you've been looking for very diligently for a long time now. What's at the bottom here? The Seven of Pentacles. You had to learn to let it bake. Ooh, one of the things you had to learn to let it bake. That's one of the things that used to drive you to do dumb shit. And everybody that taught you how to do the dumb shit in the past, that's what drove them. They didn't know how to let it bake. They would hope, they would pray for an answer, for a solution, for some assistance, for a need to be filled or a desire to be met, but they wouldn't allow it to happen by holding it. They turned the oven off. The shit was always raw. So now here they go and try to find something somewhere. Hold on, let me take this call. Hello, how can I help you? A gel manicure. Well, my service is $100 an hour. Usually for that, anywhere between 75 and $100, just depending on what you're getting. As long as you're just, yeah, it just depends on how long it takes. But that's a rough idea. If you want to come in, there's a $35 deposit, and then the shop will be open just for you. Just for a regular natural nail? Yes. It's $100 an hour, and it just depends on how long it takes to do your nails. But usually, like I said, it's probably about $75 with the full service. Yep. Okay. Thank you. All right. And we are going to actually handle business. Let's go over here and see what's with this wealthy man. We didn't even look at that one. Okay. So what we were talking about was they didn't hold the vibe. You got to keep the oven on, man. You got to keep the oven on, and then you end up with something to eat. You know what I'm saying? And it be cooked, and it don't make you sick and all that stuff. So some here, they didn't know how to keep the oven on. They didn't know how to keep that vibe of that prayer that they put out, that wish, that desire that they were looking to obtain. They didn't know how to hold that. They did not know how to hold that. One of the things you've had to learn in this is how to hold that vibe, how to hold that energy, keep that mentality. Let me see this wealthy man here. Oh, perfect. Okay, we had the bodega cat. The bodega cat. Okay, and we have the King of Swords. Oh, and look, this is barber energy here. The King of Swords and the bodega cat. This wealthy man. Okay, interesting. The bodega cat and the King of Swords. So this wealthy man is this, well, this is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Is this in your North Node placement? Are those zodiac signs in your North Node placement? The bodega cat, what is this bodega cat trying to tell me? Well, first off, it doesn't need anything because it's sleeping in the fruit. It's happy. There's an abundance here. And this is the new way. So there's this understanding like, listen, I can have my time to enjoy life as long as I realize, and hold my mentality straight. And it's like, okay, so it's time to clip off. Oh, it's a barber. What do barbers cut? Barbers cut hair. What is your hair? It's your spiritual antenna. Somebody here, you're literally going to get a haircut. Somebody's going to get cleaned up. And they could, for the one who's meeting an actual person, they're going to approach you when so it's like they could reach out for a service when you're not expecting it. Oh, and we just had a phone call, right? I heard you will count the cost. Okay, somebody here, this is a wealthy client coming in for somebody. Okay, especially if you're a barber. The bodega cat. What is this bodega cat trying to tell me? Well, first off, it's in the middle shelf. So there's something here about the middle shelf. It's in the middle shelf. If you were looking for it, it's in the middle shelf. You can't find it. It's in the middle shelf. Is it purple and white? Okay. That's a very specific message. I heard this is about getting in the middle and being happy with what you have and getting where you're at, and you know that, and not like the real wealth is being able to just continue to move forward. I heard having your trade, your craft, your thing that you do, okay, and enjoying it. It's just like you're not even really, as you come into more and more prosperity, abundance, love. You might not really tell nobody too much about that. You might really keep that to yourself, is what I'm seeing. A lot of that until blat out. You show up suited and booted, baby. One of these days you're going to show up suited and booted. Is somebody here has been sleeping on you? Is somebody here has been sleeping on you? They wanted a wealthy man. They should have stayed with you through the changes because you are the wealthy man. It doesn't matter if you're in a female body or a male body. You are the wealthy man. Say it with me. I am the wealthy man. I am the wealthy man. And that's this energy too. You might fall asleep reminding yourself that you are the wealthy man, using the word success and wealth. Success and wealth. Success, wealth. Success, wealth. Success, wealth. Just on repeat. Falling asleep doing that. Interesting. And allowing the path to show up to show you how to get there. Is that what's really happened here? Because we did have that path here. We had that, the pathway. Yeah, we had the pathway come out. With that pathway, the wealth and success was highlighted. And now you found that pathway. You know how to do this. King of Swords, clear knowing. Clear knowing. You got plenty to spare and to share. And some folks been sleeping on you, and some situations are at rest now. Some situations are at rest now. Your intuition is relaxed finally, because from the longest, that cat is speaking as your intuition. From your longest, your intuition works so hard to get you the message. OMG. Now are you attracting a familiar? Somebody's attracting a familiar. It's a cat. Okay. But for the longest, your intuition was trying to get you this message. You finally got it. Your intuition is speaking to you so easy now. Your intuition is coming to you like a breeze. It's easy. It's like breathing now. Yeah. That's what I see happening here. Wow. Interesting. So this is what you see and what it is. Let's go ahead and see from the Moonology deck and the Work Your Light Oracle. Let's look at the Past Life Oracle too. And the Romance Angels. Forget it. We're just going to do them all. So let's do the Moonology deck. First, we're going to use them in the order that I spoke them out. The Moonology deck. All right. Let's see. What is the message? What is going on? What do you see? What you see and what it is. What you see and what it is. So we'd like 2 cards, one on each side of the table, please. What you see and what it is. What's the message? What's the message? I see Daisy here with us. That's what's up. All right. What's the message? All right. So what you see from the Moonology cards. What you see. What you see. What you see. Adjustments are required. You see that adjustments are required. You see what adjustments are required. What it is. This card fell out. It says work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. Okay. Interesting. The bottom of the deck says you're very close to achieving your goal. So bear that in mind. Work through your fears. That's what it is. Don't let fear fuck you up. False evidence appearing real. Don't fall for the lies of the eyes. That's what I heard. Don't fall for the lies of the eyes. All right. Let's get some Romance Angel cards here. What do you have? Buzzer's gone. Sky Daddy. What's the energy here? For the love and peace and happiness, try it at this time. What it is, what it is, what it really, really is, what it is, what it is. Oh, no. They say you're doing it in the wrong order. You're right. What you see, okay, what you see from the Romance Angel Oracles, what you see. Give me a card for what you see. What you see. I heard nothing. Crickets. Crickets. You see crickets? What? Playfulness. What do you see? Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. You see that when you have fun, romance shows up. Dang. Whether you got a partner or not. Okay. What it is, what it is, what it really, really is. Okay. You also see that when you're having fun, that your resources show up, your money shows up, your client shows up, your day goes better, things that you need. Boom. Somebody want to give it to you. What do you know? Okay. Huh. What it is, what it is, what it is it is worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. It is worth waiting for. What's at the bottom of the deck? Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Get in love with who is there now. And if you can't, then why are they there? Let's go to the past life oracle. With who and what you have now. More love, more love. More you, less them. Are you in love? Okay, cool. If you're not, do something. Do something different. Let's see. From the past life oracle, what you see and what it is. From the past life oracle, love source God, Sky Daddy, creator of all that ever is, was, will be, or could be. What else can you show us about this message? Okay, past life energy oracle cards. Let's see. What you see. What you see. That's too damn many cards. That's what I say. We're going to put all those back. Do it right. Do it better. What you see. What you see. What you see. What you see. Past life energy. Thank you. What you see is Atlantis. Look, you see dolphins swimming together in love. Atlantis. Water. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Okay. You see that love is what endures. I heard from past life. Okay, you are from Atlantis. You're an Atlantean. Somebody here, you want to know that. What it is, what it is, what it is, what it is. Show me what it is, what it is, what it is. There, thank you. One card is perfect. What it is food and hunger. So look, what you saw was love. What it was deprivation. I heard it was a deprivation tank. Somebody here, you were in a deprivation tank. Karmic relationship, bottom of the deck. See, you saw love. You see love. It's because I love them. It's my mom, my brother, my sister, my lover, my auntie, my cousin, my friend, my ride or die. You see love. Really, it's a karmic relationship. That doesn't mean that there's not love, but it's a fucking karmic relationship. Right? Okay. Karma, what goes around comes around. And what it is food and hunger, poverty issues, needs. Okay. Being need. What are you nourishing yourself with? Is it nourishment or is it not nourishment? Is it nourishment or the lack of it? Is what I heard. Okay. Let's see how you can work your light in this, what you see and what it is. All right. Let's see. Work your light oracle, what you see and what it is. What can you show us? What you see and what it is. What you see and what it is. What you see and what it is. Okay, what you see. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. You are not alone. 'Cause I am here with you. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. I did mention briefly in the beginning that this was like a family thing, kind of. Yeah. So ancient ancestors stand beside you. What it is, what it is, what it is. Let's see. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan from the feminine line. Okay, a divine plan to change this from the feminine line. The inner temple devotion, tune into the portal of your heart, is at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you had to get some sort of handle on that heart too. I heard you had to get some sort of handle on that heart. So this is what I have for you at this time. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence. If you got to the end, I'm a finisher in the comments, okay? And sending you so much love and peace, and give it thumbs up. Yes. Share it. Yes. Okay. Make sure you're still subscribed and got the notifications, because sometimes, for some reasons, some people have ended up unsubscribed and they don't even know how. All right. Memberships are not a thing no more. they're gone. I removed all of the monetization from the channel. I really appreciate any love donations that you want to send my way. Follow the directions below to access a personal reading with me. The directions and prices and everything literally is below. It's so easy if you want to. Okay. If not, it's cool. Keep watching the free stuff. All right. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. A little bit. Bye. That's all, folks. And I'm out.